Hi, this is Tanil Jankola, and this is my presentation for Module 5, Barriers to Web 2.0 for AEP 800. In summarizing the articles we had to read for this assignment as they pertain to us, in barriers to using Web 2.0, the major barriers I found that we face here in the district that I'm at is one, a lack of technology support. We don't have an in-house tech department or anybody that leads our technology department. Our support is based out of Eastern Kansas. So if we need anything, it would take about 6 hours for them to get to us. And then if they can't get to us, we have to submit a ticket and we have to wait for them to either contact us or get back to us. And sometimes it doesn't happen within that day or even within that week. So some of our technology issues can become very frustrating very quickly. Another barrier that the article mentioned that we struggle with here in our district is getting teachers to buy into using technology within their classroom, even the technology that has been provided already by the district. We have a school that has, in our K through 8th grade, we have Mimeo interactive software that makes our whiteboards interactive. And they are in every classroom, and every classroom has a projector, ceiling mounted projector, and a lot of the teachers that have the Mimeo aren't even using that. So that's kind of something where we struggle, is getting teachers to have the vision to see that technology is important within their own classrooms. Our school culture is gradually becoming a 21st century culture. We do have a lot of administrative support in the area of technology, and so we're kind of getting there. I wouldn't say that we are a 21st century school. We do have one-to-one Chromebooks in our junior high, and we have the Mimeo projectors and the interactive whiteboards, and we have those types of things, but it's not cutting edge technology. And a lot of we have a good foundation. We just need to get it going and get it going in the right direction. In the article, 7 common barriers that obstruct tech adoption in education, I feel like our biggest barriers, our struggles are having teachers really change from a teacher directed approach to a student directed approach, becoming more facilitators and letting the students do a more exploring, more hands-on activities, more collaboration, not just always directly teaching them, giving them those opportunities to work together. Another barrier that really isn't a barrier within our school, we have a strong infrastructure. We came through last year and every classroom was set up for wireless accessibility. Our entire building is Wi-Fi accessible. And so we really do have a strong infrastructure. One of the other barriers that we do face is we use a lot of data to drive our instruction, but we don't use digital analytics to help us. We kind of create our own graphs. We create our own data through just simple calculation, but we don't have a digital analytics program to help us do that. So that would be nice to have so that we can really start targeting and honing in on those achievement gaps. In the article, The Digital Divide, that article surprised me the most. I really had no idea that there are places within our own nation, such as those in Ohio, that had still dial-up internet connection or DSL. I was just blown away by that. When you live in a world where internet is so accessible to you, you don't think that it is not accessible to somebody else. Within our small rural community in Northwest Kansas, we are lucky to have an internet provider within our own communities. So, and they have established hotspots in our parks, at our fairgrounds, and several of the businesses here in town, at the library. So that makes it really nice. So anyone in town, if you have a device that's internet accessible, can access that. So the digital divide really isn't a true divide here in our community. We don't see that. At the beginning of the year, I gave a survey to my students to see who had internet access at home, and all of them indicated they could get access to the internet outside of school, whether it be at home or somewhere. So then I asked them on the same survey, do you have a device that is internet accessible? And all but 3 or 4 of them told me yes, that they had some type of device that they themselves owned that they could access the internet. So in our small little portion of the United States, we don't see a true digital divide. Most of the students, I would say 90%, if not more, of our students in our 7 through 12 building have a smartphone or something that they carry around with them all the time. So they always have the internet. In the article, Open Educational Resources, that article really opened my eyes to how many different companies are branching out or starting, focusing mainly on OERs. Within our district, we have a lot of teachers who are really good at finding open resources to use within their classrooms. We still, though, have those teachers who live and die by the textbook and what the textbook sends. They don't branch out, they don't go beyond that. What the textbook gives is good enough. Within my own classroom, I have had to really branch out and look for open educational resources. We locked into a subscription from a textbook company last year for 6 years, and they did a rollover and redid their whole science, 5 through 8 science curriculum, and a lot of the content that I still have to teach isn't even in my book. And for example, in my chemistry unit, I have to teach my 8th graders about the atom, protons, electrons, and neutrons, and those words weren't even in their book. So I've had to really branch out and find open educational resources to use in my classroom in order to teach the standards I need to teach. And so it's been a lot of fun looking for those things. I didn't realize how much was out there, and a lot of it for free. Answering the question, do you feel the digital divide can be resolved? My answer to that is yes and no. I said yes because within a school setting, we can bridge that divide for our students. Like I said earlier, we are a one-to-one Chromebook initiative school within our 7th and 8th grade, and going to one-to-one laptops for our 9 through 12 graders next year. We have wireless accessibility in every single classroom. Like I said, too, most of our students, at least 90% of them, if not more, have a mobile device of their own that they can bring and use. So I would say, yes, we've bridged that divide here. Outside of these walls, no, I don't think the digital divide can ever be resolved. You're always going to have a place or a person who is not able to access the internet. They can't either afford it, or it's, as in these places in Ohio, it's not even brought to them. And then you have people who can't afford the devices themselves, or school districts that don't have, computers or enough of them to, even give to their students. And so I don't think we'll ever be able to completely bridge that divide. The 21st century skill set I feel that every student needs to have when they leave a high school, going to post-secondary education or to the workforce, would be those soft skills that businesses are looking for. A lot of businesses are indicating that it's not the knowledge that they want the students to have so much, but those skills as communication, verbally, being able to talk to someone, collaboration, being able to work with other people, being able to be creative and innovative, come up with ways that are new and refreshing, to be able to think critically and to problem solve, to work out those things on their own or with a group, to be responsible, be to work on time, do what you're asked to do, to be adaptable and flexible, to be able to, conform or do what you need to do in certain situations and be okay with that. And to know your way around a computer, not just how to type, but how to be able to read information, to communicate that, to use technology placed in front of them. I believe it falls on schools that we need to start giving our students the more opportunities to hone in these skills, because that is what's being looked for from the workforce. And if we want our students to be strong contenders in that workforce, we have to help them build these skills. The impact of the global economy on my personal internet use has been huge. I don't think I could function without the internet. And in fact, I know I wouldn't be able to. I use it in my classroom every single day. My students are on the internet. We're researching, we're collaborating, we're presenting, we're um, looking for watching videos. We're doing all kinds of things. And without the internet, we wouldn't be able to do that. In my personal life, I use it for banking. I pay my bills online. My taxes are done electronically. I shop for myself personally, for my classroom. I have a smartphone to keep in touch with my family. I receive emails on it. I'm everywhere I go, I'm connected. My students, or my own children have to come home and do assignments on the internet. So without the internet, I believe I would be lost. I don't think I could even do my job in the way that I do it now. The training I feel I need to effectively integrate technology currently within my classroom. I use technology a lot every day in my classroom on several different fields, but one of the things I'd like to have more training on is the Chromebooks that I have in my classroom, that my students have, that one-to-one Chromebook. We use it for research and making presentations and taking notes and watching videos and stuff like that, but I believe that there is more I can do with the Chromebook, and I want to know what those things are. I feel like right now I'm using their capabilities in such a limited fashion. I want to know more about that. I really would love to learn more about virtual reality. If I could put my students inside a cell and let them see the organelles and how they function, to have them be part of a cell as it's dividing through mitosis or meiosis, taking them from this classroom and putting them into an ecosystem that we're studying in our biodiversity unit, to just really open them up and put them there virtually. What an amazing effect that would have on my lesson and upon their understanding and learning. So I'd like some more training in that. Our um, district just acquired a green screen, and I'd really like to know more on how to use that as well, and beef up our presentations, make them more engaging, and give the students, time to really play with that type of technology and learn more about it. The 21st century technology found in our district, I say yes, that we are on the right path. Our one-to-one initiatives, our Mimeo interactive whiteboards and projectors. We do have a 3D printer and a CAD program in our industrial arts department. Social media accounts, but I don't feel like these are, the 21st century technology that, we're talking about. I don't feel like they're cutting edge. It's old technology. And I feel like as a school district, if we want to prepare our students in the best way possible, we have to start looking at those 21st century technologies that are coming out and start working with those and getting those brought into our school and giving our students a chance to broaden their horizons. And we have a lot of great departments in our ag shop and our science department, but they don't have the technology they need to really make it what they want it to be and what it needs to be. The advantages of innovative practices, there's a number of them. It's more engaging. It refreshes, the teacher and the curriculum. It helps, curb maybe teacher burnout. It allows for an individualized instruction. Kids can be on self-paced programs. It helps develop creative and innovative thinking. Opens up resources for teachers and that are free and can supplement, and for students as well. And it prepares students for the workforce. They don't leave here without those skills. They are being introduced to those things. So there's tons of advantages to having technology and innovation brought into the classroom. Disadvantages, I believe it's very costly. It's costly to maintain your infrastructure. It's costly to get the hardware and the computers and the things that you need. In a lot of places, there's a lack of internet access, and you're also opening yourself up to liability with copyrights and different things in cyberbullying and all of that can go on with technology. So it has, although a lot of advantages, these are some of the biggest disadvantages that I see around innovative practice. Have I ever had any experiences with inappropriate use of the internet and cyberbullying by students? Personally, no. but our district has on cyberbullying and cheating and plagiarism.